Megger readings are a diagnostic tool to assess the insulation integrity of electrical cables, including those used in submersible pumps. When testing a submersible pump cable, you are measuring the resistance between each conductor and ground. This test helps determine if the insulation is degrading, which could lead to eventual failure. A reading of 10 megohms or higher is generally considered acceptable for submersible pump cables. Factors such as cable length, temperature, and moisture can influence Megger readings. Longer cables will naturally have lower insulation resistance due to the increased surface area for leakage. High temperatures can also decrease insulation resistance, while moisture ingress can significantly reduce it. Therefore, it's important to consider these factors when interpreting Megger test results. In the example provided, the readings are 72 megohms between conductor and ground, 160 megohms between conductor B and ground, and 160 megohms between conductor C and ground. These readings are all well above the 10 megohms threshold, indicating that the cable insulation is currently in good condition. The fact that the readings are significantly higher than the minimum acceptable value suggests that the cable is not likely to fail soon based on these readings alone. However, it is essential to remember that a Megger test provides a snapshot in time. Insulation degradation can occur gradually, so periodic testing is recommended to monitor the cable's condition over time. If you have concerns about the cable's integrity despite the acceptable Megger readings, there are additional testing methods that can be employed. Firstly, a step voltage test involves applying increasing voltages to the cable and measuring the current leakage at each voltage level. This test can help identify subtle insulation weaknesses that may not be apparent during a standard Megger test. Secondly, a partial discharge test detects the presence of small electrical discharges occurring within the cable insulation. These discharges are often an early sign of insulation degradation and can indicate potential future failures. Thirdly, a high potential test, or HIPOT test, applies a high voltage to the cable to stress the insulation and verify its ability to withstand the applied voltage without breaking down. While HIPOT testing can be effective, it is also more stressful on the cable insulation and should be performed with caution. Fourthly, visual inspection of the cable can reveal physical damage such as cuts, abrasions, or swelling that could compromise the insulation. This is especially important at cable termination points and where the cable enters or exits equipment. Fifthly, checking cable connections is important. Loose or corroded connections can lead to increased resistance, overheating, and eventual failure. Ensure that all connections are clean, tight, and properly torqued. Sixthly, monitoring the pump's operating parameters such as voltage, current, and power consumption can provide insights into the cable's performance. Abnormal readings could indicate a problem with the cable or the pump itself. Seventhly, consider the age of the cable. Even if the Megger readings are currently acceptable, older cables may be more prone to failure due to the natural degradation of insulation materials over time. Eighthly, review the cable's history. If the cable has been subjected to previous faults, overloads, or other stresses, it may be more susceptible to failure. Ninthly, environmental factors can also play a role in cable degradation. Exposure to harsh chemicals, extreme temperatures, or excessive moisture can accelerate the aging process of the insulation. Tenthly, consider consulting with a qualified electrician or cable testing specialist for a comprehensive assessment of the cable's condition. They can perform specialized tests and provide expert recommendations based on their experience. In summary, while the Megger readings indicate that the submersible pump cable is currently in good condition, it is essential to consider other factors and potentially employ additional testing methods if you have any concerns about its long-term reliability. Regular monitoring and proactive maintenance can help prevent unexpected failures and ensure the continued operation of the submersible pump. When performing Megger tests, it is important to follow proper safety procedures to avoid electrical shock hazard. Ensure that the power to the cable is disconnected before testing, and use appropriate personal protective equipment such as insulated gloves and eye protection. Also, be sure to discharge the cable after testing to remove any residual charge. The selection of an appropriate test voltage is crucial for obtaining accurate and reliable Megger readings. The test voltage should be high enough to stress the insulation, but not so high as to damage it. Typically, a test voltage of 500 volts or 1000 volts is used for submersible pump cables, depending on the voltage rating of the cable. It is important to consult the cable manufacturer's specifications or a qualified electrician for guidance on the appropriate test voltage. The duration of the Megger test can also affect the readings. It is generally recommended to apply the test voltage for at least 1 minute to allow the insulation resistance to stabilize. In some cases, it may be necessary to apply the voltage for a longer period, such as 10 minutes, to obtain a more accurate reading. When interpreting Megger readings, it is important to consider the temperature of the cable. Insulation resistance decreases with increasing temperature, so it is necessary to correct the readings for temperature variations. Temperature correction factors are available from cable manufacturers or electrical testing standards. These factors can be used to adjust the readings to a standard temperature, such as 20 degrees Celsius, to allow for a more accurate comparison of readings taken at different temperatures. Moisture can also significantly affect Megger readings. If the cable is wet or damp, the insulation resistance will be lower than if it is dry. It is important to dry the cable before testing, if possible, or to take moisture into account when interpreting the readings. In some cases, it may be necessary to perform a polarization index test to assess the moisture content of the insulation. The polarization index is the ratio of the insulation resistance after 10 minutes to the insulation resistance after 1 minute. A low polarization index indicates that the insulation is wet or damp. Another factor to consider when interpreting Megger readings is the presence of contaminants on the cable surface. Dirt, grease, or other contaminants can reduce the insulation resistance and give a false indication of insulation degradation. It is important to clean the cable surface before testing to remove any contaminants. When comparing Megger readings over time, it is important to use the same test conditions each time. This includes the same test voltage, duration, temperature, and moisture conditions. This will ensure that the readings are comparable and that any changes in insulation resistance are due to actual degradation and not to variations in test conditions. If you are unsure about how to interpret Megger readings or how to perform additional testing methods, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or cable testing specialist. They can provide expert guidance and ensure that the testing is performed safely and accurately. Remember that Megger testing is just one tool for assessing the condition of submersible pump cables. It is important to consider other factors such as the age of the cable, its operating history, and the environmental conditions when making decisions about cable maintenance or replacement. Proactive maintenance, including regular Megger testing, visual inspections, and cable cleaning, can help prevent unexpected failures and ensure the continued operation of submersible pumps.